Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're listening to this. It feels almost surreal to even say that. It is March 24th, 2021, here in Alberta, Canada. This is Tamara. I'm a certified psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, a happiness coach, a forgiveness coach, a goal-setting coach. And I'm coming to you this week with 2 podcasts. So this is podcast 8. I can't even believe it. You know, even as I sit here and I was trying to think of what I should talk about, as I always do, I realized that today I want to talk about faith. About believing in your dreams. You know, for many of us, we grew up in a faith-driven home at one point or another in our lives, where faith, a God of our understanding, was in our forefront of our vision. And as we become older, we get to a place where we go over our thoughts and our feelings of that. Today, I am a Christian. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a healer. And faith has always been a part of who I am. But there were so many times in my life where I pushed my faith aside. Where I struggled to believe in a power greater than myself. Where I struggled to believe in me or in the existence of other people. Where I struggled to believe that I had a purpose. I had a reason to be living. You know, when I was younger, I struggled very much so with depression, anxiety, panic attacks. And I chose ulterior things, substances, people, places, to utilize for my own well-being, thinking it was for my greater good, when in truth, it was not. It wasn't until I started to seek out outside help and saying, I feel so alone and I feel so afraid, that I was able to get the help I needed. And I began to live my life in recovery, in a journey of new starts and new beginnings. You know, I've heard many times over these past few years that I have a gift and that I can reach so many people and that my life story can help enrich others' lives. When I was struggling in my mental health, I would often seek other things to numb the pain so that I wouldn't have to feel. But one of the things I've discovered in the last few years is that in order to truly, truly heal, we must first be willing to feel the emotions. All of them. You know, part of my new routine is I get up every single morning and I put on my attitude of gratitude and I write down 5 things I'm grateful for, whether they're big or small, even if it's just that I woke up and I was able to have a cup of coffee or a cup of water. And then I do a meditation, a 5 to 10 minute meditation, just to get myself connected to Mother Earth and to feel grounded and to feel centered. And then I spend a total of 30, sometimes 45 minutes journaling, letting go of all that hurt, all that pain that I may still be holding on to. And I do this throughout the day. I always carry a journal in my purse or in my bag. I have a journal in almost every room in my home and in my car. And anytime I have a moment of reflection or a time to connect, or I receive a download or a message from the other side, I write it down. I don't hold on anymore. I no longer have to use medication. I no longer have to use things that were not of my highest and greatest good to cope. I have new coping mechanisms, breathing techniques, journaling, meditation, going for a walk. I have a support circle of people that I know I can go to and talk to, and it's so very important. We must stop trying to hide how we're feeling. We must stop lying to ourselves. We must stop pretending to not know what we know. We must go through the process of healing so that we can feel, so that we can grow, so that we can transform. I was once told a story about a butterfly, the caterpillar and the butterfly. And there was this little caterpillar, and it longed to be a beautiful butterfly. So it went and it made itself into a cocoon. And months passed, and that butterfly began to prepare to be birthed into a new beautiful creature. Only someone saw that caterpillar struggling to get out of its cocoon, and it came along and it cut it out, and it fell. And it lost its life. The story goes on to say that another caterpillar went into the process of a rebirth. And it was allowed to grow inside that cocoon and allowed to birth itself into existence. And when it broke free from the cocoon, from the protection bubbles, so to speak, that it emerged the most beautiful, most multicolored butterfly. And the point of this story, or the moral of this story, is this: to allow yourself that process, to give yourself the patience, the understanding, to forgive yourself, to allow yourself to grow and to transform and to become what you're meant to be. I know this life is scary, and I know that so many people are on this path of trying to be perfect. But if you were truly perfect, you would have no growth, you would have no life lessons, and you would wither and fall away like that caterpillar. So today I want you to recognize, and I want you to realize that it is progress, not perfection. And that you need to love yourself unconditionally, openly, and willingly. And always be your unapologetic, authentic selves. Never let someone dull your sparkle. Shine your light into every dark corner. And watch yourself emerge and transform into that beautiful butterfly that you were meant to be. Thank you for this opportunity. And to all of those over in Scotland and in the UK and England, I hope you enjoyed this. May this bring you peace. I love you all. Love and light. Namaste.